meet Cancer. Cancer sun sign, rising sign, and or moon sign. This is a 2-week reading for all you Cancer starting today, the 4th of November, 2023. I'm reading today with the Trionfi della Luna, and I've already purified with this beautiful Provence Santé Verveine. We are streaming live on YouTube and on Twitch, and moderating today on YouTube is the lovely Deline. Moderating on Twitch is the lovely Dre. And if you're watching us on a restream on YouTube, you can fast forward through all the shuffling I'm going to do by using the timestamps right in the video description. Like I said, this is a 2-week reading for all the Cancers, Sun, Rising, and Moon sign. So it does go out to a lot of Cancers. So if for some reason it doesn't seem like you're reading, it may not be your reading. So don't force anything. You can just disregard it if it doesn't seem to make sense to you. And check out one of the other readings for your other signs. And also remember that we have a daily reading for all signs every day except for Monday. You can find all the most recent replays of our readings right on our website, ariels-corner.com. Ariel's Corner with a hyphen.com. Click on the free online tarot readings link in the main menu. I do not read with card reversals, which is unusual for some people to see, but it's a very valid way of reading. It's just my preferred way. Oh, let's see. If you're watching us on YouTube, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. If you're watching on Twitch, make sure you follow us on Twitch. You can watch on Twitch without any ads when you subscribe to us there. We have a shop at arielscornershop.com, arielscornershop.com. That's an affiliate store, which means we make a small commission off of each and every sale, and it's an easy way to give us some support. Another way to support this channel is to donate, and you can do that by using the PayPal portal. You'll see that URL flashing across your screen every so often. We also have other ways to donate on our website, ariels-corner.com, Ariel's Corner with a hyphen.com. Just check in the footer of any page. If you're on YouTube, you could use a super sticker, super chat, or super thanks if you feel like giving a donation right on the platform. We do appreciate your support. But Cancer, that's not why we're here. We're here for you for a 2-week reading. Cancer sun sign, rising sign, and or moon sign. So let's get to it, Ariel. I think I need to shuffle a couple more times actually, because I want to make sure this is as accurate as it can be. And then I'm going to give this deck a nice clean cut, and we'll see what's in the cards for all the gorgeous Cancers watching this today or on a restream. I'm so happy that you're with me. All right. Oops, I just snagged my cloth. I think this cloth needs to get retired. It's getting a little bit ratty. 4 of Cups. It's just such a pretty color. Knight of Cups and a 7 of Cups. Whoa, you are in your element. Some of you have been worried about your own, I don't know, compassion maybe. Some of you have been feeling like maybe you're not nice enough or whatever. I want you to disavow yourself of that, because you're exactly right. Just right where you're supposed to be. I know it's easy for other people to misunderstand you sometimes. And I'm not saying that, you know, that you want to be disrespectful or discompassionate or something like that. But sometimes you just have to be yourself, and not everybody understands you. And it's not that you're being discompassionate, it's just that you've got a different perspective sometimes than other people, and it doesn't need to necessarily always come out right. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't, you know, try to be kind, and you shouldn't try to, you know, have harmonious relationships, but at the same time, you don't need to micromanage everything that you say. You don't need to micromanage everything you do. You're pretty awesome just the way you are, and the universe sees that. Now, you are in the midst of an upgrade. So some of you are in therapy, some of you are doing spiritual work, some of you are doing some kind of spiritual practice, whether it's psychotherapy or meditation, or maybe all of the above. And you are ready for a big, giant upgrade. And it looks like you've got all kinds of help. And like, that's why sometimes when I see the 4 of Cups with the Knight of Cups, that's the help with the practice. So that's usually either like maybe a spiritual teacher or a therapist, or maybe even an invisible guide or teacher, or all of the above. It's all coming around to this great upgrade. And you're going to look back and you're going to see, oh, it wasn't that I was being bad. It's that I was being myself. I needed to go through what I had to go through. And I don't need to feel guilty about the way I've been being. There's nothing wrong with the way I've been being. Just because other people can't always handle me doesn't necessarily mean it's my fault. You know? Now, obviously, if there were ways that you were being inappropriate or mean or something like that, it's good to take accountability and apologize. But at the same time, you don't have to get on your own case about it. I think you're pretty awesome and you're right where you're supposed to be. And I want you to get that. I really would love for you to get how in the right place you are right now. And that you don't need to feel funny about where you are, because the universe is super thrilled with you, Cancer. Super duper thrilled. Okay, we got a 6 of Wands. We got a Tower, which is probably why you're feeling what you're feeling. And then we've got this 5 of Cups, which is talking about how, you know, there's a lot of times, I think what's been going on with you is that you've been going through a lot of pain. You've had a lot of pain, emotional pain, social pain, psychological pain, whatever kind of pain it's been. And you've been doing your very, very best. In fact, you've been doing extremely well. And I think other people can be very kind of cruel and impatient and mean and not really understand you. And I think it's time for you to not wait for other people to understand you, but recognize that you have the power to understand yourself. And that what you're going through right now is necessary. And you've got this, and you're strong. And the reason why you've got this Tower card, the reason why you've got this 5 of Cups is because you're ready for it, and you've been asking for it. You've been on like I said, a spiritual journey. You've been on a journey of healing, of accountability, of what they would call in the Psalms righteousness, right thinking, right acting. And you're passing with flying colors, Cancer. You're doing everything right. And as a result of that, you have been asking for more healing. You have been asking for more growth. And so you're ready for this. It's not that the Tower and the 5 of Cups is coming to you. That's what you've been readying yourself for. I need to explode a few things in my life. I need to confront some pain that I've been burying. I need to confront these things. I need to work through these things. I need to have this time for myself, and I'm ready for it. So this is all happening because of you. This isn't happening to you. This is happening because you've set it up so that you can have this healing. And you're doing it, and it's wonderful. And you have to remind yourself constantly when you're going through a tough moment of confronting things within you that this is part of the upgrade that you have been wanting. And it's happening, it's working, and you're doing amazingly well. Now, you do have this 6 of Wands, which is saying that a lot of the stuff in your career and your work in the world isn't getting maybe the attention sometimes that it needs because of the stuff that you're doing within yourself. And the universe is saying, it's okay, we got this. We got this. We're gonna make it so that your career sort of is taken care of right now, or whatever this is, your work. And it's not that you're not going to show up to work and stuff like that, but I think that for some of you, you might feel like you're maybe neglecting parts of your life because you've got all of these other things that you're healing and working on. And the universe is saying, we've got those parts of your life. It's fine. Don't worry about it. We've got this. When you've completed this and you're through this and you're out the other end of this, this is going to be just safe and secure, and you'll just get right back to work with whatever that was. And again, this is nothing that I want you to be afraid of, because this is exactly what you've been working for with this 4 of Cups, this whatever, like it's, that's why I think it's, for many of you, it's maybe therapy, but it could be initiation. It could be other, maybe spiritual work, but it's definitely, you have been clearly coming to a point where it's time to confront some things. It's time to look at some things that you might have been avoiding, and recognizing that a lot of the things that you've blamed yourself for were not to do with you personally. It was, there's a lot of I don't know what it is for everybody because it's so different for everybody. But some of you, are going to be confronting old abuse patterns. Some of you are going to be confronting some old depressions and losses and things that just haven't really gotten worked through, that haven't really gotten integrated properly. And so they sort of like are there as neurotic patterns that come out of nowhere, and you've been so, I know this is probably not for all cancers, but there's so many of you that this is true for, that I want to make sure that you hear this. You've been so clear with yourself that you want to work on this. You've been so clear that you want to work on yourself. And I just love that about you. And I think that we all need to take a lesson from you as far as that goes, about being really serious about healing, about really being serious about getting down underneath some of these things and letting go of a lot of nonsense and a lot of garbage that you have picked up over your life that you've really taken the blame for and responsibility for, that has nothing really to do with you. And it's time to let it go. And that you've got help here letting it go. But remember that if it's been around for a long time, even though you want to let it go, there's still a familiarity with it. And that can be scary, to let go of something that you've had for so long, even though it's not been good for you. So get out of the tower. Get out of being like attached to those things. Come back and let those things get exploded, imploded for you. There might be a period of depression when you get rid of some of these things. That's normal. There's a mourning that sometimes happens when you let go of negative patterns in your life. And that's okay too, because like I said, you're not by yourself. You're not all by yourself. You've got a person, people, or at least a spiritual companion. You've got help. You're not by yourself. And you'll get through that, and you'll understand that a lot of that depression is mourning the loss of something that was not good for you. And maybe more than one thing. And as you get through that, then what you've got left is this upgrade. And it's a real upgrade. It's a lasting, long-term, permanent upgrade. You're not going to go through a lot of these patterns anymore that maybe have plagued you your whole life, because you've decided, I'm going to buckle down. I'm going to work through this stuff. I'm going to get to the other side of it, and I'm going to eliminate those patterns and parts of my life that no longer serve me, no matter what it takes. And that's why I'm saying I'm really inspired by you, and I think a lot of people should be. But see, people aren't like that. People love to belittle other people's process. And so you've got to be careful not to expose yourself to that. You can keep this to yourself. You don't need everybody to know what you're going through, because a lot of people, even if they think that they're helping, aren't helping. A lot of times you don't need other people's opinions. You don't need other people's, quote, encouragement even. A lot of times those things are distractions. And some people are just mean. Some people are just mean, and especially though, like with what I started out, there's a few of you, not all of you, but there's a few of you that have made some enemies out there. And it's not really, I mean, of course you had a hand in it, but I think some of you are thinking, oh, that's all me. It was not all you. And sometimes people are just mean. And just because you don't put up with their meanness doesn't make you the cause of it, right? So with those kinds of people, it's best to, when you're going through a lot of this, it's best to just leave them out of it, because they just don't know how to be nice. Even though you still love them, I mean, but sometimes people just don't know how to be nice and do not know how to be supportive. And so it's okay to leave some people out of the loop when you're going through some of this deep stuff that you're going through, so that you don't get pulled off your process. Right? So don't cast your pearls before swine. What you're doing is amazing, Cancer. And you are to be commended. and you are doing the right thing. You're going to get through this with flying colors, and you're going to not be the same because of it. You're going to be so healthy, so happy, and so free. And I'm very proud of you. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. Thank you to the amazing moderators, Delene and Dre. And we will see you in 2 weeks, Capricorn Cancer. We'll see you in 2 weeks, Cancer. Thank you so much for being here. And I'm really, really thrilled with your process. You're doing great. See you soon. Blessed be.